Okay. I think that's everything set up. Okay. Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Dr. Gaming, and today we're continuing our Masochist playthrough. Starting with, I guess, the free pack from the 10 billionth pack opened celebration. Sure. So, upcoming events. We can probably participate in some of these events. I'll see what they look like when the time comes. And as the title suggests, I'm going to be trying to build a new deck today. Don't know how many games I'm going to squeeze in, but I definitely want to try building something new. And I was thinking about the spellcaster stuff. Right, because we actually have like a decent number of spellcasters. If we go spellcaster filter, right, like we actually have like a fair number of these guys. And some of them are almost playable. Right, we've got Squamata and Dragon, we've got Magical Undertakers, probably like bottom of the barrel for what we would be playing, but we've got cards like Endymion, we got the Green Turtle Summoners, which they're bad, but you know, maybe they're playable. I think this one we pulled legitimately. I don't believe this one is one of the freebies. Crystal Seer is kind of playable. Clara and Rushka can let me turn any normal summon into a spellcaster in a pinch. Quintet Magician would be our payoff. Right, so it would be trying to turbo into Quintet Magician, and if we can summon it with 5 spellcasters and wipe the fields, maybe we can win out of nowhere. Truth be told, I don't think this list is going to be very good. I think it's going to be really bad. But we can definitely give it a shot. I mean, we have a couple of Gravekeepers, so synergy, I guess. Not really. We have a couple of Gagagas, right? Yeah, we have 2 Gagagas and then Gagaga Bolt, which is like then a consideration. I'll be honest, I don't know how playable it is, but it's something we can definitely give a shot. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to actually copy this deck so that I can just sort of have all the staples. Right, so there's a handful of cards here that just would not come out. First thing we'd cut is all of the equip spells and the field spells. We would definitely keep most of the trap lineup. I'll have to see what happens there. Ein would be out. I think Guiltia is too good to not play, so we'd probably play Guiltia. We'd be cutting some of these guys, probably. Photon Thrasher for sure. We definitely wouldn't be playing the tuners. Unicorn doesn't make any sense without the equips. Same with Volcanic Slicer without the field spell. Okay, 14 spellcasters would not be enough. So let's see. I'd probably cut Head Judging. I think a lot of these are just like good removal. I'll have to see what our spellcasters can slot in for. So let's start by... Well, let's actually start with our Predaplant. One specific one. Mostly so that we can get a list of all the fusion spells that we have access to. So this fusion summons a monster using zombies. Not useful. This one fusion summons using Materials from the field. Oh, but we don't own this one. This one's from the branded deck. This is for pendulums. This one is also for pendulums. Yep. I know we have at least one card that we can use, which is not listed here. Okay, maybe this idea is worse than I thought it was. I know we have the Magistus one, but let's filter by fusion so we can see anything that fusion summons. Okay, so this is for fiends, but then here we go. We've got Magistus Invocation, which is just polymerization if you use a spellcaster. And then we have the branded stuff that we don't actually have. This fusion summons a magic-y fusion specifically. Definitely reconsidering the spellcaster angle. Which raises the question, what are we going to build then? It's kind of hard when we don't have good build-arounds, but I'm sure we've got something. Well, what synchros do we have? Synchro summoning seems to be like the most accessible, other than link summoning, of course. So we could be aiming for like synchro 8s with the Tenyi stuff. Yeah, this is kind of weird. What links do we have? Because if we have like a lot of links, maybe we could do some sort of link climbing into access code. I mean, Lanfarincus is a non-affected link too, which means it does combo with the Tenyis if we have enough Tenyis. Okay, we definitely don't own the Link Spider. This definitely comes from a structure deck. Oh, wait, maybe Lanfarincus does too. Actually, yeah, I think it does. Yeah, it's part of the Cyber structure deck. Same with Gaia Charger. Oh, right, we had this as well, which fusion summons. Oh, no, not this one. It's, here, Proxy. Question is, what fusions would we make? So with the spellcaster stuff, we can have... we could technically fusion summon this that we just pulled, actually. 1 light and 2 monsters, except on the field or in the grave, so it would have to be from hand. Can't be destroyed by battle, as long as no monsters on your field or grave share an original name with any monster on your opponent's field or grave. Monsters you control can't be destroyed by card effects. And you can send this from the hand deck or extra deck to the grave. You can send from your hand deck or extra deck to the grave 1 monster with the same original name as a monster on your opponent's field. Then target 1 monster on their field or in their graveyard and banish it. Honestly, fusion might be back on the menu then if we have this link. We actually do have a magic key, but I don't think we have any magic key monsters to use as material. So we'd be able to make Quintet. We might be able to make Wendigo. Pity it doesn't have any stats. Obviously, we can't make the branded stuff. And I think a lot of these are not even vaguely generic. Okay, maybe fusion's not the way to go. That just makes things very difficult regardless. Again, we don't really have like a good build around. To be fair, I probably should have thought of that before starting stream, but... Oh yes, what do our winged beasts look like? Okay, we've got Chaos Nephthys, which is kind of nice. We could try building Chaos, actually. Chaos could actually be worth considering. Our winged beast pool seems to be pretty middling. I mean, we do have Ryza. No, we do have Dark Nephthys. Yeah, let's go with Chaos, actually. In which case, I'm going to discard this. I'm going to copy... I'm going to delete this one. And then I'm going to copy this one. I'm going to tweak that. Okay, so if we're going Chaos, then a lot of this has to change. First, I think Duel Academy has overstayed its welcome. So I think we cut the Duel Academy. Redeemable jar is not good enough. Double hooking has been power crept by our collection. Vicious Claw is dubious at best. Though I do think Dragon Nails is probably worthwhile because it's got this protection effect on it. Sunlight Unicorn's still like a good beat stick, so maybe we keep that. Okay, we're cutting the warrior element of the deck because the warriors aren't consistent enough. As good as a card as Iron is, I don't think it's good enough. Got an extra Giltia. We've got our Light and our Dark Kaijus. We're keeping Pank, of course. Nemlaria's staying. We've got to have better lights and darks than these guys by now. So let's take a look and see what else we've got. Divine Wrath is probably a trim as well. I think discarding a card is too expensive. For traps, we've definitely added Torrential Tribute to the collection. Fists of the Unrivaled Tenyi will be relevant if we get like non-effect beatdown as a strategy. Cursed Seal of the Forbidden could be worth including, but I don't think so. I think that's a bit too niche. Counter could be very funny, but I don't think it's good. Tyrant's Tummy Ache. Tribute a monster, neither player can special summon a 6 or higher. If you have 3 or more cards in your hand, destroy this card. Could be good, but I think we're probably going to encounter a whole lot of Malice on the ranked ladder, which means we need answers for Malice specifically. Honestly, I think head judging probably is good enough that it warrants play. It's high rolly. And I think to win any matches, we do need to high roll. And I think that rounds out the sort of trap lineup. What spells have we pulled since that are relevant? I don't think we've pulled many relevant spells lately, to be entirely honest. Pulled the Tenyi field spell, so we could play some normal slop, but I think normal slop is probably not very good. Yeah, we don't have any good spells. How I wish we had those 3 dark holes, but that's part of a structure deck that we didn't actually pull. How I wish we had a Tear Lament to summon off of Grief, but I'm sure we'll pull one eventually. Yeah, I think that's everything in terms of spells. Dimensional Fissure is very strong, but it completely kills our deck. I'll put Reasoning in for now, and I'll probably cut it. So let's check what lights and darks we have. Light and dark. Okay, Vishuda is a very good card. Definitely an inclusion. Saraceniant is like a solid inclusion. You can add a Predap from your deck to your hand except itself. I could play the Cobra just so that I can have something to add off of it. But really it's here, it would be here for the bad Bullblader effect. Soul Scissors would be in the list for sure. Oh, Pentastag should be in the list rather than one of these guys. I don't know, probably the Ragnarika guy. Dekoichi's probably past its prime, but could be a consideration. Mandrake is an option. Herald of Creation is an option. It can pitch cards to add back Pankratops, or add back my Kaijus, or add back BLS. Sure, and it's an 1800 beater. It's got to be at least as good as Rainbow Unicorn. Ba, 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 ba. I don't remember pulling Gandora, but that is a card. What about this one? It's removal and it's a dark. We'll put it in for now while we consider. Yeah. O-Lantern's a dark that puts itself in grave and acts as removal. Okay, and then all of the Albaz stuff that we don't own. Freed. Oh, already in the list for now. Did we pull this? It looks like we pulled it. And this is like a good card, sort of. Oh, we have low just randomly. Yeah, it's hard to think of. I don't think any of these are good. Oh, that's just a 2400 normal summon. Cyber Valley's probably a worthwhile inclusion. Okay. Oh, and then there's like the Chaos guys. Yeah, Chaos Nephthys. If a card on the field is destroyed by a card effect, you banish a light and a dark from your graveyard except itself. Special this from the graveyard or hand. If this card is special, to toggle one card your opponent controls and 2 cards in their grave and banish them. Yeah, this one does not banish itself when it leaves the field, right? Yeah. Oh, and it's an 8. It's an 8, which means there's a non-zero chance we can make Dingirsu. Okay, and then let's see, what tuners do we have? Well, let's start with light and dark tuners. Well, there's a decent chunk of tuners here. Oh, we do have a magic key monster. It's not a good one, but we do have one. Well, it's a good one if you have other magic keys. We have like a handful of Watts. So we could consider those guys. We don't own Cartesia, by the way. I'd play her in a heartbeat if we did, but we don't. Okay, so this one needs a light tuner. So what light tuners do we have? Pretty much just the Watts. Normal summon one level 4 lower monster. You cannot special from the extra deck. Yeah, I think we're fine on this, on the tuner side of things. So let's start cutting cards that don't belong here. So first of all, Baku the Beast Ninja does not belong here. Similarly, the Ninja, even though it's a dark, it's not worth playing. Twilight Ninja. How many tuners is that? It's 3. Keep those for now. We seem to be heavy on darks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 darks out of our 54 cards. Yeah, we're quite heavy on darks. So we probably want to trim darks before lights, which is sad because yes, Ascended Sage is kind of garbage. Well, let's see what light level 4s we have. Maybe we have better light level 4s that we can play instead. Special level 3 or lower. 1 level 3 from hand. I'm not playing enough level 3s that makes sense. Honestly, Jumper is definitely better than this. Maximus being able to summon itself is not bad. Do we have other Crusadias? Not really. I mean, this one is sort of a floodgate. It's got to be better than unicorn. Level 4 light machine monster. Oh, I have this for Lord British. It can destroy set cards on the field and summon tokens. Probably not very good. Okay, Yugioh is not the worst light monster in the world. I think we're past Mad Dog of Darkness being good. I think Edge Imp Saber's negging us a card and being level 3 is not great. I think Dekoichi is not good enough. I think Gearfried with only 2 equip spells in the deck is probably not worth it as an 1800 body. Azathoth is fine, I think. It shuffles it back into the deck, which is kind of convenient as removal. Okay, I think Fencing Fire Ferret is... Okay, Fire Ferret's better than half the other cards that I'm keeping. Strike Ninja is not good enough. Freed's not good enough. The Kaijus are a little dubious. I think maybe cut Gadarla for 1 less Kaiju. Okay, since we're sort of tunneling on level 4, Reasoning's not worth playing. And since we're like so heavy on monsters, what I like about Mandragora is that if I draw a tuner, I can special summon it and go into a Synchro 8, right? And that's gotta be better than some of these other guys. I think Azathoth is probably too slow. So how are we doing on darks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 darks. How many lights? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so we've got like a decent balance of those. What are our non-light and darks? DD Assailant I think is too good to cut, like being 1-for-1 removal. Scrap Beast being a level 4 tuner is like super relevant. Sanity check, do we not have other level 4 tuners? Oh, this is a level 4 tuner. It's a dark, but it, you know, is a pendulum monster, which doesn't help. That's a level 4 tuner dark. If you control a dark reptile, you can special summon this from hand. I don't think I'm playing any reptiles, but it is a dark tuner, which means it's got to be at least as good as Scrap Beast. Yeah, I think Scrap Beast and Rose Warrior can be swapped out for a couple of these tuners, just for the better attribute. And the fact that sometimes I'll be able to special summon them. Not often, but very much sometimes. Fencing Fire Ferret and Bullblader are too good to not play. Saracenian might not be that good. If Saracenian could search itself, then I'd absolutely be keep it, but it's looking a little dubious. Trap lineups looking fine. I don't think there's a reason to cut any of those. Spell lineups looking okay. We're playing enough darks that Dragon Nails makes sense. Does it? It's 600 attack boost and protection. I mean, what can I equip it to that matters? I can equip it to Nephthys to make it 3k. Would Nephthys actually work with us? Must be special by its own effect, so the revival effect wouldn't help. So I don't think this is worth it. I mean, it can be equipped to Chaos Archfiend, but I don't have enough light tuners to do that. I would play the Magnificent Magic-y as a material, but it can't be used for synchros except for Magic-ys. So that's not a candidate. I think maybe Dragon Nails is not good enough. So we cut that. We are still very heavy on monsters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 lights. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 darks. So if I should be cutting anything, it should be the dark attributes. While I'm at it, I actually can't make this guy anymore, so let's just cut that. I'm not sure. I think I'd have to play the deck in action to see if it's worth it. I might cut Saracenian if I feel like I have too much removal, which, you know, good problem to have, I guess, but yeah. And the Vishudas might be good, they might be bad. What level 1 tuners do I have? Because that could be relevant. Because then I can use that for synchro plays as well. Yeah. I have a few. And a handful of them are lights. I could play some of these light tuners to go with Vishuda into Chaos Archfiend. What other level 7s do I have? Just level 7s. Oh, yeah, it's filtering my level 1s as well. Hold up. Not too many that special summon themselves. Yeah, I think I'll run with this list for now and see if anything changes. Let me just check my extra deck on this to see what they should be looking like. Nothing immediately popping out that should be copied over, so that's actually just... Okay, this one I can't make. I need non-tuner wind monsters. I'm not playing any. So let's see what synchros we have. What levels? We have level 4 tuners only. So we're looking at 5, 6, 8, and 9, realistically. So maybe Charge Warrior could come up. And that's about it. For Xyz monsters, we're definitely looking at rank 4s. Already got Utopia in there, Magician of Hope's in there. This needs pendulums, okay, and this needs 2 level 4 lights. I could realistically make this. What does it do? Detach a material. All constellars, that would include itself, are unaffected by spell traps. That's not bad. I'll play that. Might come up. More likely to come up than Hagekiru. Yeah. Hagakuramino. Okay. I think that's everything. We'll take this one for a spin. It's just chaos. It's not Chaos Warriors. It's just chaos. Alright. So this is the list. We'll take it for a spin and we'll see where its weaknesses lie, where its strengths lie, and if we're happy with this. I probably should be playing Ashuna in here. Adhara, rather, in here. Right, because I could go Special Vishuddha, Normal, Adhara, Synchro 8, or I could go Special Adhara, Normal, Heavy Tank, make an 8. And Adhara could realistically add back some of my banished guys. But I think there we're cooking a bit too much. I think we're overcooking it at that point. So let's take this list for a spin. And what better way to take it for a spin than in our promo game to gold? Oh right, cosmetics. The all-important cosmetics. Deck box, that's probably good for chaos. Protector, let's go with that, I guess. Dual field. Sure, field parts. Mate base, we can go with that. Always the car. And our three main cards in this list are going to be BLS, Nephthys, and Access Code Talker. So let's see what we can do. Tails, okay. Our opponent is choosing. They're probably going to choose first. Yep. The hand's looking okay. A little bit monster heavy, which I suppose is expected. I see Malice sleeves, I see Malice icon, I see foreign name, I see Dragon Maid base. This is probably going to be actual Malice. Yep. I'm not even going to bother with that. Also just realized I should change my icon. Or at least the border. Was kind of hoping I'd be able to cook up something with that fusion stuff, but we need more fusion spells, we need more fusion monsters, and we need better fusion monsters. Quintet Magician is good, but it's not good enough to win a game. I can revisit Quintet Magician if I pull Magicalized Fusion. Okay. Now the question is whether my opponent actually chose to go second or if they just timed out on their option, but who knows. I see Malice card sleeves, but I see no extra deck. Okay, so we've got a Dark Extender. So we'll just set Jagen. We'll set Ice Dragon's Prison. And we'll throw it back. This just requires my opponent to have more monsters. Yeah. This is probably a go next. Any other deck, I'd be like, oh, they've set a card. It's going to be my turn soon. No, no, they're about to tribute summon Masterpiece. Though honestly, if they tribute summon Masterpiece, Majesty Maiden, they can't activate in damage step, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I just need to find a way to beat a 2600 beat stick without activating any effects. I have a sneaking suspicion that Network Trap Hole is not coming up. Honestly, I think we pass the turn. They'll go... Okay, no, this is not big enough. It's still 25 is where I'm capping out here. I think I have to let them summon her again, normal summon Guiltia, and then banish them. Yeah, I think that's the only play. And that gets them a search as well. It's fine. It's fine. Whatever this face down is, it's not a continuous card. Okay, it's a continuous card. Pretty sure that wasn't premature. Yep, definitely not premature. I can't beat this list. Legitimately impossible for me to beat the list. They could legitimately just click yellow buttons and they'd win. True Draco is one of those decks that matches up very well into off-meta strategies, so anything that's not top tier, they match well into. Not anything. Most things that are not top tier, they match well into. Because no matter what we do, we can't actually trade with their monsters very favorably. This is an interesting hand. We've got Guiltia Pank, which is nice. Though it seems like we might be... Oh, I was going to say Malice, but it looks like we're against Earthbound Immortals. I actually have no idea if we can fight... Oh, it's not Earthbound. It's hot. It's hot red. Okay. It's Red Dragon Archfiend. Maybe? I think Saracenian outs their big Kahone. Right? I take a ton of damage doing so, but I believe Saracenian deals with him because he can't activate in the damage step. I'll wait it out and see. Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. Red Nova? Can't be destroyed by card effects. Okay. I think we might be... we might be cooked. We might be cooked. I'll have to see. They're still going? I'm gonna have to dissect what that board actually does. But it looks like they're drawing their turn to an end. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, banish this card, and if you do, negate that attack. Okay, so he negates an attack and cannot be destroyed by an opponent's card effect. Dispowder, in this case, destroys a monster. This floats into RDA, and this negates a card or effect on the field. Okay. Well, we can Pancratops to clear the hot red. And then we can Guiltia to clear the red Nova. I mean, we're not dead yet if we do that line. We pass priority back to them so that they can waste their effect if they want to. Your opponent activates a card or effect while you control RDA or a synchro monster that mentions a target card on the field, destroy it. That stops my Guiltia, doesn't it? With an equal or higher attack than this card, which means that if he pops my Guiltia with red zone... Yeah, if he pops my Guiltia with red zone, then it's not going to be able to do a check. Oh, and they have a protection, yeah, okay. Fair enough. Annoyingly, I do think this deck has to go second because I'm not playing enough trap cards to warrant going first. At the same time, the prospect of having an interruption is too much to pass up. Yeah, this is a pretty miserable time for Masochist because the Red Dragon Archfiend cards are very good. Okay, so I can either Thrasher or Vishuda. Considering they got a response window there, it's probably Maxi in the hand. In which case, I guess we special summon the Thrasher. And then they're going to Maxi. Perfect. Right on schedule. Hidden effect on Photon Thrasher. Your opponent discards Maxi. Okay, okay. I'm in, I'm in. Now, good old Edison rulings. Sudri has to be face up for Black Whirlwind to check his attack stat. So Whirlwind will fail to resolve here. And now they don't have a Blackwing on the field, which means if they have any effects that summon a Blackwing, if they control a Blackwing, it won't work, like this one. If you control a Blackwing monster, but they don't control a Blackwing monster. Black for the Whirlwind in your spell trap zone, go for it. I don't imagine I have a good, compelling answer to their back row, however. Hell yeah. Okay, we need something crazy here, though. That is... I was gonna say that sucks, but I think that might be fine. The face down has 14 defense, I believe. Yeah, okay. Interesting. The face down is the... Does the face down happen to be a tuner, perchance? It is not a tuner. So I think it's probably just normal summon Mandragora, attack over it, and then econ their next normal summon. Yeah, I think that's the way. I could special summon, but I don't think there's a reason to. Because whatever I've got on my field, I'm just going to end up tributing for enemy controller anyway. Now I know what the face down is, which is why it doesn't matter that I'm normal summoning first. We'll set enemy controller. Oh wait, this is going to work anyway because... Yeah, but it'll still deny them the... It'll still deny them the Blackwing on field, which is the important part. Maybe I shouldn't have summoned Mandragora. Then I'd be able to tribute off the Photon Thrasher and be able to summon Vish next turn. Okay, we banish Vata to scale Black Whirlwind, and then we normal summon Cimoooooooo. This is troubling because it means he's still got his regular normal summon. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this does not bypass the attack check. As much as I would like it to, I'm pretty sure it's still going to check his attack stat. Yep, there we go. It still checks the attack stat. I'm kind of screwed here. I think the deck needs to be reevaluated. Okay, now that I'm seeing a few of the glaring issues with it, let's reevaluate this. First things first, spell traps. I think I'm not special summoning often enough that this is going to hurt me in any meaningful way. Dark Illusion also seems like a decent include. As narrow and specific as it is. I mean, it works on cards like Little Knight, which would be pretty cool. Yeah, I think we'll play that. What dragons do we have? Look for light and dark dragons. Again, we don't own any of this Albaz stuff. Why is this? I must have pulled it from something and then dismantled it. Presumably some free pack along the way. Okay, there's no light dark dragons worth playing. That Dragon Cataclysm makes sense. So let's go back to spell traps. Okay. Dinomorphia Shell is the one that summons the token. Maybe. I'll have to check what light dark normals I have and whether that warrants playing fists, but I don't think so. Definitely not enough Madolches that it makes sense to play Promenade. Also, Madolches are all Earth. As toxic as it is, I think Fire Prison might be worth playing. The Selection is probably worth playing. Tyrant's Tummy Ache. Honestly, I am playing a handful of high-level monsters, but I do think this hurts some decks a lot more than it hurts me. I'll play it. It's toxic as hell, but sure. Talking about statted beat sticks, I think a Cold Zone is probably good for me, because, again, most of my guys are just stats. Then most of my guys that I care about are special summons, so I'll normal summon, it'll die, and then I'll special summon. Also helps me put lights and darks in grave, so that actually seems like a solid include. Some branded stuff, mallet. Fairy Wind, maybe. Smashing Ground, how I wish. How I wish. Any of these? these? No, none of those are worth it. Negate attack is awful. Ice Dragons is already in here. Divine Wrath probably makes the cut. Raigeki Break's already in here. Jelly Cannon, how I wish. Yeah, I think that's probably about all. How I wish Lightning Storm. Grave of the Super Ancient Organisms. Special summoned monsters, meaning like a normal summoned tank would still work. Maybe. I really need to get Utopia double. Utopia double will be huge. We'll crack this wide open. Okay, Blast held by Destiny. How I wish Ring of Destruction, and then yeah, all structure deck stuff. Okay, let's see. I think Jagen is a cut. Mystic Tomato is too slow. Saraceniant is eating my normal summon when I can't really afford to give up my normal summon. Cyber Valley hasn't come up yet, but I think it's probably the worst light left in the deck. I think Fencing Fire Ferret is probably not worth it if Saraceniant doesn't make the cut. I do think Bullblader is still worth playing because it's an answer for a lot of very specific problem cards. Right, and it's possibly repeatable as well, which makes it worth it. I can't bring myself to cut the Kaijus because Dragoon is something that is still alive and well in the game. But I think I can cut the one Photon Jumper. I think I can cut the Lightning Rod Lord. And I think Vishuda, because I don't have access to Monk, I think Vishuda is too slow. It seems to just clog my hand. And then the question is Soul Scissors. We don't really have a way to get it into the graveyard, I think. Oh, we do have like Raigeki Break. This is kind of tricky. I think maybe Dark Illusion gets cut. Let's try this again. Increase the trap lineup. Go back to the main menu for the login reward. If we pull Monk, then everything changes in terms of the deck construction. Parallel Exceed is a good card. Mapura Adhara. Another Hagakuramino. Yep, that's about what I expected. And let's see if we can actually win a duel. Chakavral. I like to see that they don't have that many titles. And they have chosen to go second. Are we going to see a Sky Striker Tenpai player in silver? I see 45 card main, which is a promising start. Okay, I'm going to set Dimensional Barrier. I'm going to set Enemy Controller. I'm going to set Tyrant's Tummy Ache. And then I'm going to set O-Lantern so that I have something to tribute for it. And hopefully one of these cards is just game winning against them. Foolish Burial Goods. Okay, this should tell me what they're on at least. Naturia. Okay, that means Dimensional Barrier for Synchro is probably going to be pretty acceptable. Probably. Add Blessing. Okay, that means we already have the Camellia. This was limited, but I think it's back at 3. Yeah, it's back at 3. I mean, the Naturia is like a relatively low rarity package. This is fine. Sending Mole Cricket, Royal Rare. Okay. Special summon a Naturia from Grave. Okay, probably the Cricket. Well, has to be the Cricket. Well, it could also be from hand. Probably the Cricket. Yep. Okay. Are we going to Cricket for 1? We are. Sure. Probably Sunflower. Yep, that's Sunflower. Oh. Synchron to Barkion would feel pretty bad here. Synchron to Nat Beast, probably. That's fine. If your opponent special summons a monster from the extra deck, or you special summon a Naturia monster. I actually did not know about that part of its effect. Okay. Okay. I mean, I could Tyrant's Tummy Ache, but that turns off my Pankratops, so... Okay, so currently I do contest the field. Mole Cricket's going to be a pain in the ass, but I do technically contest the field right now. Canadia. That's a good one. Oh, we'll special summon Pankratops. And we'll see what we can do from here. If I chain Pankratops, targeting the Nat Beast, and they resolve, it'll summon what? Camellia? Camellia is a pain in the ass. Does Camellia have the ability to bring back Nat Beast? Special summon a Naturia from your grave. It can summon back Nat Beast. Sure. I don't like this, but I can't do anything about it. There's Camellia. Stink bug. Okay, they've got a battle phase negate there. Sure. Well, let's force it out, I guess. Okay. Now we go to main phase 2. We set Canadia. And we throw it back to them. And now some important sequencing here. Magnamut targeting O-Lantern. Okay, very annoying. Very, very annoying. I'm really regretting setting that O-Lantern now. That's fine, and the reason that's fine is because they currently don't have any lights or darks engraved, do they? They do not, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to hope they don't have any link monsters in that extra deck of theirs. Magnamut resolves. Searching for Lubellion, sure. Okay, draw phase. Now we're in draw phase, so what we're going to do is we are going to... The first thing we're going to do is we are going to Canadia to flip down the Camellia. And I'm aware that this does nothing. Okay, and then we're going to Dimensional Barrier, calling Synchro. Hopefully they don't chain anything. So now we can chain Canadia. And here is hoping that they don't have any link monsters. Sacred Tree, what are we doing with it? We're not using its effect? Sure. Tyrant's Tummy Ache, tributing Canadia. And now, if they have nothing in their extra deck but Synchro monsters, we might be able to slowly beat them to death with Pankratops. Very big maybe on that one. Because currently nothing they have is big enough to clear Pankratops, and hopefully with Tyrant's Tantrum face up, they can't actually summon anything big enough to clear Pank. A single SP Little Knight completely ends our career. Okay, Lubellion, I don't care. Add whatever you want from your deck to your hand. None of the Bastiles can be summoned. Oh, nothing. None of the Bastilles can be special summoned. Uh-oh. Hopefully they don't figure out that they can tribute summon that Druus Worm. That's a Link summon into Little Knight, but that was not bonus effect Little Knight. She doesn't do anything if you didn't Link summon her with an extra deck monster. So that's a good start. Normal summon Terratop, okay. I have to just let that through. I also can't activate any effects, otherwise the Little Knight's going to be a problem for me and just, you know. Okay, attack a Tomborg, cool. So that was the normal summon at least. So that means that they haven't figured out they can just tribute summon the Druus Worm to out the board. That's a good start. Access code talker. Yep, access code talker. Okay, on resolution. I don't have much of a choice here. Now I just need to hope that my normal summonable top decks are good enough. Oh yeah, it's Cold by the Grave. Cool. Okay, well, we set back to the front. We set the network trap hole. We set head judging. And I guess we throw it back. Probably shouldn't have set back to the front. It doesn't do anything here, but who knows? Who knows? Who knows? It's fine, because we'll just win every coin flip with head judging and it'll win us the game. Primites. Okay, we definitely need head judging to win us the game here. Let's go gambling. Let's go gambling. Well, we can't beat Drill Beam. We can't beat Drill Beam. Like, legitimately, Drill Beam is unbeatable for us. Wow, we are on an absolute tear. If they show... I think I'm gonna blitz this. If I see any real cards, I'll just concede instantly if I don't think I have a chance. Because I think I'm being a bit too lenient. I mean, this is a solid hand. Mandragora means we could even make the Chaos guy. Resonators, we go next. Simple as that. Resonators, we go next. If we can just push enough people through to gold, we'll eventually just win by default. Right, see, this person wins and they'll gain a rank, which means that if we lose to them, we never have to encounter this person again. They have opted to go second. They have a Sky Striker mate. This is probably SS10 Pi. SSTP, I think we probably are going to struggle with, but with a hand like this, we have a non-zero chance. And we'll set, eventually, and set, and set, and set, and we'll get blown out by heavy, and it'll be a nice quick game. Well, Rhoda, it's probably Striker. Yo, that's Sky Striker Ace Rose. Normal summon Ray. I think we Divine Wrath. Yeah, I think we Divine Wrath here. I don't like it, but I think this is the shout. See, because now we actually have back to the front to bring back our beat stick. And we have Ice Dragon's Prison for if they summon another warrior. Like the Rose that we know is in hand. So it's Sky Striker, we know they have follow-up, so we have to be as aggressive as possible if we want any chance at winning this. Called by the Grave. Sure. Sure. I'll take that trade. It means that cards like Pankratops are going to be a whole lot better. Cards like O-Lantern. Now if I can get a good normal summonable guy, that would be a great start. That's a normal summonable guy. Would have been a lot better with the Kaiju still in my graveyard, but I'll run it. Now I could bring back the array with Ice Dragons to overlay for something like Omega. Oh, Omega wouldn't work because it's a dark. But I don't think it's worth it. Like, maybe if Rose was a tuner, but she's not. Or Ray, rather, was a tuner, but she's not. Set evenly matched, by the way. Why the hell didn't they just evenly match me last turn? Greedy as hell. So probably normal summon Rose. If they normal summon a Ray, we're kind of screwed. And then we can just concede. But if they normal summon Rose, we're still in this. Nice. Okay, so maybe they're just like super bricked up on evenly matched, and we'll be able to turn this around. Now I have to choose between being aggressive and being reasonable. Yeah, if they draw drones, it's gonna be drones, Hayate, poke, send, engage, Kagari, Kagari add back, engage for literally anything, and then I'm just completely screwed anyway. Guiltio won't get me back from there, which means that if they have a monster, I just lose regardless, so I just have to be aggressive. Maybe they'll activate Imperm here? No? Sure. Confirmation that they have either Widow Anchor or Imperm, I guess, is kind of nifty. Lingering on end of battle phase. Feigning another evenly matched. You can't activate evenly matched here. We have the same number of cards, idiot. I mean, they could also have, like, Maxi in hand, I guess. Just no normal summon, please. This is not good. I can't afford to be trading 1-for-1 with these people. Okay, yeah, that's all you had to show me, bud. All you had to do was activate the linkage. Get the hell out of my silver rank. I hate being made to go first when I lose the coin flip. I'd rather win the coin flip and go first than lose and be made to go first, because when they do that, it tells me that either they are letting it run the timer out, or, more likely, they are playing a blind second strategy. And I hate playing into blind second strategies, because this deck can't win into blind second strategies. Okay, Eso Pelayo, show me a real card and I'll go next. Oh. Okay. Okay. Sure. This is more like what I'd expect in silver. Laval's gain 100 attack for each Laval in the grave. Okay, I can't attack with this turn. Sure. Yeah, so we can actually make use of École de Zone to actually duplicate the Dream Devourer stats every turn, which is kind of nifty. I can't attack, so I'll just pass over, but kind of nice. At the same time, I mean, clearly they want Lavel's Engrave, so maybe a colder zone is not good here, but who knows? Like that's a good example of a situation where maybe we wouldn't want a colder zone to trigger. Oh, but it doesn't trigger because they don't have another Laval Engrave. Hilarious. Maybe it's a bot. We'll see. If they go battle phase and they swing, then it's a bot. It's still kind of crazy that they have a bonfire mate. Okay, if it is a bot, it's a pretty fancy bot. Jizikiru. If the turn player summons exactly one monster, destroy it, and if you do, the controller of that monster summons the token. Unfortunate. Cannot attack directly. Oh. Good thing I read this again. So I can generate an army of Nemalaria tokens, but they can't attack directly. Well, let's keep it going. Him. So he gets killed. Big token. Then we can normal summon the tuna. And we can't synchro, but we can overlay for the Hope Magician. And our tokens can't attack directly, but they can sure as hell attack monsters. And, well, I think we just beat a bot. Or not, I guess. It's fairly atypical for bots to concede like that. I mean, I almost feel bad for this person. This person is clearly a small child or toddler. That's a little harsh. It's there. But I do feel a little bad for them playing Lavals. But I'll take my first win. A free win is still a free win. Yeah, it's just straight up 55 card Lavals. I mean, after this conga line of tiered decks, I'm happy to just get a win. Okay, I'm going second. Opponent's got a Sky Striker mate. They've got Malice sleeves, Sky Striker field, Malice icon. It's probably Malice or Sky Striker or it's Malice. Cool. Nice thing about Malice is that the games are very quick. Not happy to see 2 copies of Nephthys. Well, we'll summon this. We'll set up our zone. 11 card extra deck. So hopefully whatever we're up against can't deal with our field spell. That's kind of annoying. Could be Tenpai, or it could just be any deck, because summon a monster. Cool. Alright, this hand I can sort of work with. I mean, I say I can work with it, depends what my opponent's on. And they're on, like, almost optimized card ratios. Not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it's better than seeing Feather Duster or Heavy Storm. That's a good one. O-Lantern changes the clock by a turn, which is why it's worth normal summoning here. Forces them to use something. Okay. Initial knee-jerk reaction, it's not burn. So maybe we're good? Exo-Sister. Okay. Sure. I don't think I want you to be able to XYZ summon. Sure. I'm okay with losing Divine Wrath. Although, no, now I'm a lot less okay with it. Although no, she's negated, so it's fine. Reading. I probably should have flipped Dimensional Barrier before resolving Vardis, but honestly, they could have banished my Nemalaria, and that probably would have been worse for me. Okay. They're unable to Xyz summon for the turn, which means in end phase I am going to bring this Evil Swarm O-Lantern back to the front. Okay, that's a nice infinite impermanence that's not gonna matter. Okay. Special summon Ellis, sure. End of main, end phase. Well, we'll back to the front. They can't activate Ellis because they're currently under Dimensional Barrier. Okay, I think we start with O-Lantern effect. Yeah, let's O-Lantern to get rid of the Michaelis. We normal summon the Mandragora. We activate Summoning Curse, just in case they have any way of summoning monsters. And we slap them to death. Devourer for game. God damn. We actually won a game. I will take that. I am perfectly happy floodgating Exo Sister out of the game. If ever there was a deck that deserves to be locked out of playing, it's Exo. I will hate on Exo Sister until the day they ban Martha. I know the deck's not good and it doesn't warrant a ban, but I will hate on them until they ban Martha. I kept Soul Searchers in the list? Okay, it's Are You Gay? I don't know if I can beat Are You Gay, but I also don't know what they do. Right, and the Kaiju... Oh, it's voiceless? Yeah. That makes it easier for me. It's entirely possible that that whole play line ends on absolutely nothing, but I cannot stand dueling against voiceless, and I can't beat voiceless with us. Ooh. Could be a bot, looking at the username. I mean, maybe Dikizkisp is like... a real name, you know. Maybe that's like their actual birth name and that's written on their birth certificate, but I have my suspicions that that's not the case. This hand is acceptable. But at the same time, it's not ideal. I would have liked to see at least one more monster in hand, that, you know, summonable monster. Okay, they fired Fua immediately, which could mean they're a bot that just clicks yellow, but it could also mean any number of other things. Mikanko. I mean, I can declare Ritual, which is kind of nice. Sure. This is specific to that field. Neither pet can summon it. Also negate the effects of all monsters of that type while they are on the field. Yep. Especially Mikanko from your hand, ignoring its summoning conditions, but return it to the hand during the end phase. I am going to Dimensional Barrier here, so that they can't summon the Ritual from their hand. Hooray. Send one Mikanko card from your deck to the graveyard, except that one, okay? Sending green, okay. Hidden Armory, that's fine. Milling Maxi, go for it. Summon a Mikanko from your hand or graveyard, sure. We can now chain Heartbeat. Put that back in the deck. And we will not chain anything here. And I get to discard Soul Scissors. Okay, so one of the cards in hand we know is the Ritual Monster, and then that is presumably another copy of the Quick Play. Or it's the card that equips a Mikanko equip. I would have liked a normal summonable monster, but I'll take it. Unfortunately, this gets sent to the grave. It doesn't get destroyed. Otherwise, Heartbeat would be kind of nice. Add a Mikanko from deck to hand. Go for it. Equip it with an equip spell from the deck. Okay, so I need an out for that Mikanko monster that doesn't just lose to the onboard threats. Mayo Ashidori. Okay. Here we go. It triggers. Let's go gambling. Let's go gambling. Come on. Come on, get it wrong, get it wrong. Damn it. Okay, I just lose. There There is only one legal target, so absolutely not. Unfortunately, they do get to bounce it back to their hand with Mayawashidori, but they don't know that. Perfect. Okay. That is a card that does exist. It is truly a card that exists. Might be slightly problematic. I'm not sure why I'm sticking around for this game. I'm pretty confident this game is lost. I think this is fine. They'll equip the card that bounces, and then I can just pop it with Raigeki Break. Maybe they don't have a target for it. Oh no, that was in draw phase. If this is not equipped with an equip, you take... Okay, if a card is equipped, it cannot be... If this card is equipped with an equipped spell, it cannot be destroyed by battle, and your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken. While you control an equipped card, your opponent cannot target Makonko cards you control with card effects. Fuck's sake. New win condition identified, though. Oh? Okay, okay. That saves me a lot of effort. Now I just need to out this guy, which I can do with Soul Scissors. Nice. Ah, I will absolutely take it. My opponent got bored. That was not the win condition I was thinking of. The win condition I was thinking of was running them out of attack points. But I will take that. An undeserved win against an undeserved opponent. going second. I can live with that. Ooh. If I can draw one of my free special summons, that would be cool. Especially if that free special summon happens to be exactly Photon Thrasher. Ancient Gear. I have no idea what Ancient Gear does going first, so I'm just going to let them do their thing. Does it really just take the Hanging Rook? I mean, I suppose it could just be take the Hanging Rook. It is a winning position. Yeah, there's no tricks there. Oh. Regulus Pass. Okay, that seems very beatable. Especially with that draw. Does he negate and destroy? Just negates the effect. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can add up to 2 Ancient Gear cards. Do I know what is in their hand? Presumably I do. Okay, their hand includes Box, Commander, Advance. What I'm getting from that is that I'm probably dead when it comes back to me. To him, rather. Normal Guilty effect get negated. Sounds wrong. So it would have to be Special Pank. Tribute to Pop. If it gets negated, sure. If it doesn't matter. Because then we just Guilty for the other negate. And then hope that Network Trap Hole gets us there. Yeah, so we Special Pank and we go after the Regulus. Thwonk. Regulus would have to send itself if it wants to negate this, which does the same job. Cool. Again, I'm not sure why you would do that, because if I were playing a real deck and had Triple Tactics Talent, you'd be playing right into it. So let's go with Guiltia. Guilty effect. Hope that by banishing this, they don't actually have the materials they need. And then we'll set Network Trap Hole. If I lose to evenly matched, then I'll take the L to evenly matched. special summon an ancient gear monster from your deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. Well, let's hope that they don't have any other ancient gear golems. Right? If they don't have any other ancient gear golems, then most of their fusions don't work, right? And it's been a long time since I played this, but I believe Ancient Gear Dark Golem was a 2-of. And it's your only card named Ancient Gear Golem. I could be wrong. And of course it's silver, so who knows? Well, it's gold, I guess. Gold 5, but... You know, who knows? If it's gold 5, it could be that they're playing max copies of every card with Ancient Gear Golem in its text. Discarding box, sure. Okay, Gear Town, I don't really care. Normal, special, summon an Ancient Gear Golem from your hand. Ancient Gear Monster from your hand, except itself, ignoring summoning conditions. Well, we'll have to see what happens here. Ballista, sure. Probably a copy of Box. Are we playing multiple copies of Box? Okay, adding another copy of Gear Town. Okay, they get to turn my monster to 0 and trigger their Gear Town. What are they? What Gear Town targets do they play? A 1700. Add an ancient gear from your deck to hand. Okay. I'm seeing a whole bunch of weenies. Fortress. Cannot target ancient gears with card effects. I don't really care. They can't be destroyed by card effects. Don't really care. Your opponent can't activate cards or effects in response to ancient gear card effects. If this card is destroyed, special an ancient gear from your hand or grave. So far, I'm not seeing a way for them to get their ancient gear guys back. Well, that's a real card. We're doing Auroradon shit. Again, a level 4 extender would be very nice. Tribute 2 to special and a Mechaphantic Beast, okay. What are we playing? O-Lion, yeah, okay, so what synchro are we making here? Are we making a Savage? Are we making Savage Dragon? No, we're making a 5. Denglong? Axel. Okay. Axel, are we going to send a... Are we going to be sending like a Jet Synchron here? Or are we planning to make something else? Sending Jet, okay, now we're a 4. Oh, increase, we're at 9. Okay, so what are we making with this? I mean, I see them doing a lot of things, but I don't see them doing anything so far. It's just them spinning their wheels. That's Ancient Gear Golem. That's not good to see. That means they do have Ancient Gear Golems left. Though if I can summon a Nephthys, then that would be really nice. Cupid Pitch. Are we going somewhere with this combo? Decrease, okay. Synchro 9. Shen. That recycles banished shit. Fuck off, dude. Okay. A light extender would be exceptional right about now. Okay, a light extender would be really good. A photon thrasher would be amazing. A dark extender would also be fine. Like, free summons would be amazing. I should have probably been a bit more specific. And if this requires it to be a card I control, no, if a card on the field is destroyed. Okay, okay. That's interesting. Oh, my light is banished. That is, like, really annoying. This is getting extremely annoying, actually. Destroyed and sent to the graveyard. Hilarious. Hilarious. Nice Scare Town trigger. End of main. Battle phase. I need to get rid of the Shen Shen. And as much as I'd like to wait for him to declare an attack so that he maybe puts Guiltia back, I highly doubt he's going to put Guiltia back. So I'm going to have to do it this way. And unfortunately, I'm pretty sure this can just come back. 2 other monsters from your graveyard with different original types and attributes. All of their shit's machines, so that actually helps. Okay, okay. Show me a light monster. I mean, that's a good card. I don't think it's what I needed, but it's a good card. As far as I can tell, they only have 1 Ancient Gear Golem in grave. Yeah, okay. Now, I can't respond to their shit, but I can Ice Dragons prison them as soon as they put a machine on the field. Although, can't be specialed? Yeah, Ancient Gear Golem can't be specialed. That's something I am going to have to bear in mind. Oh? My opponent's got 16 cards left in deck, by the way. Okay, show me a light monster. I can Ice Dragons for Shen Shen. I can Ice Dragons for Auroradon. And then what? Pop 1 card with access code. I think I'll put the pressure on. Oh, I could actually bring back Regulus. Oh, Regulus would have its effects negated. So yeah, Shen Shen. I'm gonna activate the effect even though it's negated. Yeah. Was kind of hoping that they would negate, that they'd try to chain like Infinite Impermanence or something. Set Canada. Pretty sure I can't summon anything meaningful here. Yep. cool. Okay, destroy a card, summon a token. This doesn't do anything when destroyed, so they're just doing that to chum block. Okay. Normal summon Ash Blossom. I wish I could flip tokens face down. I really wish I could flip tokens face down. They're clearly trying to synchro summon. Or link summon, possibly into another Cupid pitch. I don't think I let them do that. If they're normal summoning Ash, they're doing it for a reason. Okay, show me a normal summon with, like, decent stats. I mean, it's normal summonable, I guess. Do I have a way to kill them out of nowhere with my links? No. No, we'll go battle phase. We'll clear the Ash Blossom. I'll activate Shen Shen because it's funny. I'll clear the token. And then I guess we just hope. I am currently completely defenseless, but I think they're mostly out of steam. Hell yes. I am not going to play into Torrential Tribute. I am simply going to go for game. This time I'm not activating Shen Shen. Boom! You know? Sometimes your opponent spins their wheels and does absolutely nothing. Turns out just clicking the yellow button does not an ancient gear player make. Okay, let's see what Mammy has going on. It's a promo duel for both of us. Let's see what we can do. Honestly, Gold 5 is feeling a lot easier than Silver 1. Like, genuinely. 5 card extra deck. 42 card main. Though it could be they could be Max Siofua. TT and D barrier are kind of nice to have. And I am going to set Soul Scissors because I would like it engraved, and I currently don't have like a realistic way to put it there. So I'm just going to set it on the field so that I can clear things with Torrential and the like. I see the Silent Magician icon, which makes me think Shining Sarcophagus. Which makes me think that all of my current setup is useless. I'm not worried about the Dark Magician. The Dark Magician's fine, because especially since I can clear it with Guiltia. What I am worried about is Eternal Soul. Face down could very well be Eternal Soul. If it is Eternal Soul, then there's no reason torrentialing either. So Because Torrential would just mean that they bring back the Magician on my turn. Raigeki, that's fine. Raigeki for 1 is a-okay. Highest value Soul Scissors in history. Never before has Soul Scissors earned so much value. I don't like that pause. Maybe they're actually reading Soul Scissors. See, a bad player can still do well if they know how to read. And that's making me a little concerned. End of main, that's fine. Battle phase is fine. Okay. Please, not Eternal Soul. Although if it's Eternal Soul, I've got Raigeki Break for it. Normal summon Guiltia. Let's get this mad lad out of here. Please not Eternal Soul. Well, it's Eternal Soul, I guess. You know, what can you do? Probably Dark Magic attack. Cool. I'll pick the Dark Magician. And then I guess we throw it back. And we'll wait until the last possible moment, which will be standby phase. Drew a card, that's fine. Draw phase is fine. Standby phase. Raigeki Break. Can't let him activate the Dark Magic attack, so let's just do this. Yeah. Yep. That's why I was hoping they'd activate that in standby, but whatever. 1,000 Knives, probably. Maybe another Dark Magic attack. Yep, there's 1,000 Knives. Cool. Okay, so I am playing against like a Yugi role player, so maybe I can win this. But that is a huge maybe. Not going to trigger my Soul Scissors there because, you know, no monsters for him to destroy. When you really squint at it, like if you really, really squint, it's Joey versus Yugi. Yep, Monster Reborn, yada yada, bring back Dark Magician. Would have been really nice to have banished that off of Guiltia, but what can you do? As long as he doesn't have a second Eternal Soul. 5-card extra deck means it's probably... Alright, I forgot about that. Object permanence, you know? The Dark Magic attack was no longer on the field. How could I remember that he had it in hand? This is fine. It's fine because I'm about to kill his Dark Magician and his deck definitely doesn't have any other way of summoning it. I should have torrentialed. Would have kept my dimensional barrier, which is useless, but I suppose it would have let me spare my soul scissors use. Fuck off with your spell traps, dude. Fuck off. Not another... Come on, give me a good normal summon. Something with stats. I mean, that's a normal summon with stats. It can't attack this turn, but it is a normal summon with stats. I'll punch him in the face with soul scissors. I'm stupid as fuck. He can mirror force me here. Okay, neither of those do anything, which tells me that they're probably Dark Magician cards. Like the really bad, unplayable Dark Magician spell traps. I really wish that Yugioh had banished this Dark Magician. Has to be co-linked. Another Yugioh would be nice. This is the one that just draws him cards every turn. No, this is the one that banishes cards if you... I'm losing to the goddamn structure deck. Yeah, Dark Magician Girl. And then you set Dark Burning Magic. Just click the yellow button, bro. Just click the fucking yellow button, dude. I mean, that's not the one I was expecting. I'm not dead. Notably, Yugioh would be great here. Blacklist the Soldier would be amazing. Pancratops would be good. There's a lot of really good draws here. So many good draws. Now, of course, knowing my luck, I'm going to draw one of the cards that doesn't do anything. Come on, give me something I can work with. Come on. Oh, that would have been great last turn. Oh, it actually wouldn't have. It negates summons. Yep. That's gotta be the worst loss. Straight up losing to the Dark Magician structure deck. It's not even... Watch, they have... I guarantee you they have one copy of Dark Magician. It's the structure deck. It's literally just the structure deck. Which means if they hadn't hard drawn E-Soul, then I could have banished the Dark Magician and just won the match. Did the structure deck really have 3 Magic Reavers, though? I think... Surely not. Well... We go again. Can we win? I suspect our opponent has left it to the timer, not actually choosing to go second. Oh, there you guys are. Well, we got nothing, so... Looks like it's gonna be one of those games. This definitely feels like a bot. No, it's... sharks? Looks like I'm dead, huh? Guess it's not a bot, it's just like a really bad player. Well, sure. I see the Sky Striker mate, I see the Malice icon. Blue Eyes Field, Malice sleeves. Probably playing Malice. Probably playing Malice. Val Monica. Maybe? Yeah, Celatrus makes me unreasonably angry when I see it resolve. Now, if I know this archetype, they end on like a Link monster and a Baguska. I probably can't beat that. Yeah, they require a Valmonica Link monster. This could take a while. When did the Fiendsmiths hit the field? Yeah, I'm just gonna... Like, just the Valmonica Link, I can kaiju that. Valmonica Link plus all the Fiendsmith stuff, not a chance. Okay, I see some pretty old sleeves and the branded cosmetics, so this is probably a real deck. Emergency teleport. Okay, so could be Punk. Okay, so it's Punk. Depending on what the end board looks like, a Kaiju plus O-Lantern might actually be enough. Might. Okay, Ogre Dance, what are we grabbing? Foxy Tune here? Oh. Accepted level 8, so probably what? Madam Spider. Oh, they've got the new support card. Forgot this was out in Master Duel. Pay 600, special a Punk from your deck or grave. Okay, Sharakusai, which grabs the field spell. No, I'm thinking of the other one. Amazing Dragon. I'm not an expert on Punk, but that feels incorrect. I mean, it summons another 8, so surely it must be correct. Pay 600, detach a material, draw 1. When another monster's effect is activated and you have a level 3 Psychic in your grave, detach a material, negate, and destroy. So it's a monster negate? Okay. We're making Rising Carp here. It's gotta be Deer Note. Deer Note and... We already have Madame Spider in hand, so presumably we go for one of the ones that adds the spell. Because if we can grab the field spell, we can summon the Madame Spider from hand to get the trap card as well. Kind of the only hope here is that they spend all their resources. Yep, there she is. Wagon, which will grab the field. Kind of have to just hope they burn themselves out. That's a pretty nice royal rare. That's an 8. Okay, it's not something like Royal Savage, that's fine. A 6. Bring back probably the tuner. Yep. Trigger the field spell on a new chain to draw a card. Looking a little bleak. Search Ghost Ogre. Gross. Yep, normal the Madame. They didn't even normal summon. That's the destroy card. Target a set card, or if you have a Punk, target a face-up card. Okay. I have an inkling that this is another go next situation. Moon. Yeah, I can't beat the Fiendsmith stuff if they go into that. Right, there's not a top deck in the world that beats that from, well, not in my deck at least. Like, I guess evenly matched probably beats that, but I don't have evenly matched. I will say gold 5 is kind of high power. It's crazy how high power the decks are here. I mean, it seems like Malice players have all gotten out of gold 5 already, but just because you don't see Malice doesn't mean it's not like high powered stuff. Okay, I see a Fabled Sleeves, I see a Sangan mate, maybe, just maybe, it's a pet decker and we can actually fight something more our power level. Guilty is good to see. Radiant's like decent. Reveal is a good one. Set 1, set 2, is that? Set 3 pass. Okay, that seems beatable. That seems beatable. Soul Scissors. Well, let's summon our Reveal. Yeah, I don't have a tuner in hand, so I'll banish him and him and him. Well, let's see what's happening. Run out the Soul Scissors for just a little bit of extra damage. Changes the clock a little bit. Promising start. That rules out burn. Set 3 can be kind of intimidating if it's a deck like burn or stun, but they haven't shown any indication that it is, so set 3 pass and anything else usually suggests that it's like Called by the Grave, cross out Designator, Imperm, which I won't say my deck has no problems with, but it's a lot less problematic. Oh. Kinda sucks that I can't respond to that, I'm not gonna lie. Discard Called by the Grave? Yep. It's a bricked up branded player, probably. 2 dark, so it's Mud Dragon. Good thing Guilty doesn't target, so I already have the out for Mud Dragon, that's kinda nice. Not sure why they're thinking so much about summon Mud Dragon, but yay, there it is. Honestly, I think I'm okay with that. If they have another Bastille, I'm not so okay with that. Chaos Angel? No, it's Moon. Okay, this is a weird one, because I do have Dimensional Barrier to lock them out of fusion summoning when they go into sequence. So this might be okay. Send Lubellion, I'm okay with that. We're gonna make Requiem. Requiem effect, of course. I mean, is this above my power level? Absolutely. It's way above the power level of my deck. Is it something I could realistically beat? Also, yes. Summon Lacrima. Okay, Lacrima send Engraver, presumably. Okay, Engraver, put back Moon. I think best case is a light tuner. Light level 4 tuner would be very nice, because then I can go into Chaos Archfiend and maybe banish their Requiem. Possibly choke them out of their engine in the long run. Okay. They already have Engraver, so I don't really care if they go into Necroquip. Yeah, if they go into Necroquip, it's fine. Because they already have access to Engraver, so it actually doesn't... This is just a wasted effect right here. Yeah, Necroquip. Yep, don't care. Engraver. If they decide to go for the rank 6 instead of the Link, that's fine, because I can just negate it with Dimensional Barrier, and we're fine. Although I don't even need to negate it with Dimensional Barrier, because if they go for that, I can Guilty Banish it. This is fine. Are we going to overlay, or are we going to link? We're linking. Sequence, okay, we're going to activate its effect. And now we finally fire Dimensional Barrier, calling Fusion. Okay, a light tuner off the top would be so good. A light tuner would be amazing. Yeah, I'll take the 12. This is one of those weird situations where Guiltia saying higher attack is very annoying. Okay, show me a light tuner. A light tuner. That is not a light tuner. How aggressive can I be? I can special Mandragora. I could also go Kaiju, normal, banish, bring back. And then Blast is lethal. Problem with that is I play into so many different things. In that instance, I lose to Called by the Grave. I lose to Infinite Impermanence. I lose to Forbidden Droplets. Yeah, so I think we just special summon Mandragora. Oh, I should have done this guy first, because if they have a Bestial, I get hard punished here. I get like so badly punished if it's a Bestial. But the Lost Card in hand is simply not a Bestial, so it's fine. Called by the Grave, fair enough. Fair enough. Kind of expected. So it's a good thing I didn't go for the other line, because I'd have had a hard time dealing with Radiant. Okay, so Requiem has already been recycled. So if I run over this, on their turn they can go Engraver, put back Requiem. Yeah, they can go Engraver, put back... Yeah, they can go Engraver, put back Requiem, link one into... Sorry, put back sequence. Link one into Requiem, summon the second Engraver from deck. They'd still need one more extender. Well, if they need one more extender, that helps. Honestly, I was kind of hoping that that was droplets sent card in hand, because then I'd put them on 0 cards. Lost held by Destiny has gotta get us there. Blast is gonna have to do it. Oh right, this bloody card. So you can just bring back the sequence. Okay. However, that puts them down to 2 Light Fiends, notably. So if they go into Lacrima, they don't have enough materials. Oh, they can go Engraver, put back Moon, and then make Requiem and bring out the... Yeah, okay, so that is problematic. The Fiendsmith engine is so hard for my deck to beat. It's so bloody difficult to out with my list. Primites as well. Yeah, that's it's over. God damn it. God damn it. The Fiendsmiths... the Fiendsmith engine and the Primite engine are so hard to deal with my list. With my pool of cards. It's crazy how strong those engines are. Like, I simply cannot beat Drill Beam every turn. Drill Beam could even... It could even not negate. It could just banish and it would be good enough to beat my deck. Well, this is a hand that exists. Probably against Sky Strikers, in which case I am not in a good spot. Are they going to max see me in the end of my main phase? It's Malice. Yeah, there's no point. I can't beat Malice, and Ice Dragon's Prison is going to do less than nothing. Ice Dragon's Prison is just an extender for them. So that's... Yeah, that's a nice quick one, at least. But the absolute power level of these decks... This might be... This might work. Could be fine here. Okay, 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 okay. All right. I'm in. I'm in. This is fine. Okay. I do kind of need to draw a light monster, though, as part of the issue here. But so many light monsters do it, so... This is fine. Add a card that mentions Red Dragon Archfiend. Okay. Well, let's have a tummy ache. Now I just need to find a big enough guy that I can beat these weenies. From here, I just need a monster. Okay, there's a fiend. Bone Archfiend, pitch. Okay, that gives me an Ice Dragon's prison target at least. End of main. Okay, so this is fine. I'm gonna fire this now to mitigate some of the damage. I'll be banishing this. And the biggest guy, because I do need to do my best to not die. A light monster with 1700 or less attack would be perfect. Oh wait, no, I can't special summon. Neither player can special summon. Never mind. A monster with more than 1700 attack would be ideal. Give me any monster I can summon. Any monster that I can summon, please. That's not a monster I can summon, but that might buy me a turn. I am not going to maintain Summoning Curse. It's already emptied their hand, and Tyrant's Tantrum is going to be locking them down anyway. Can I get a single beat stick is all I need. I need stats. Swords of Vinglight, I do not care. As long as this game keeps going, Tyrant's Tantrum will win me the game, as long as I can establish a monster. I don't like that, because I think that just means I'm dead. Synchro 5? Cataster. Okay, that's less attack on field. I am happy with this. Okay. And I'm just dead. Yeah, I'm just dead. God fucking damn it. There's really not much else I can do. I mean, I could just play a pile of Tenyis and Tuners. Right? But summoning big guys is not going to do it. It's not going to cut it. I need interruptions, otherwise I just lose. 3 hours, by the way. Okay, now, hand like this means my opponent is going to set a bunch of back row and do nothing. Or they're going to be playing a deck that I can't beat in a million years. No monsters. Because I have Mandragora and a Tuner, no monsters. Well, let's get Labyrinthed. I swear to God. Set 2. Wrong column, that was a misclick. It's fine. It's fine. I'm planning to use enemy controller to play around the imperm. Definitely intentional. Duster. I don't know. I'll call fusions. I probably should have guessed it's like Tenpai or some shit. Maybe I should have called Synchro. Oh, cool. Should have called Ritual, I guess. Yep. Yep. Just get me out of here. Time to brute force it. I'm going to get one more win before I call it a day. So I am just going to simply brute force it. Tails, cool. Going second, cool. Play a real card and I will concede the game. I see Malice, I see Blue Eyes. I see a handful of absolute garbage. I mean, maybe that's harsh, but Pankrotop's cool. We got Malice, let's go next. Cool, keep it coming. Another lost coin flip. They're gonna make me go second, yep. Cool. Play a real card. I see 60 cards, makes me think branded. 59 cards, sorry, makes me think branded. Red Eyes Fusion, cool. There's a chance I draw a Kaiju off the top, but I'm not willing to wait for that. Okay. Well, let's summon the Dream Devourer and hope that Ice Dragon's Prison gets us there. I'll set back to the front. If they have Feather Duster, the game is lost anyways. Left hand. Okay, this might be beatable. Negates my first trap if they have a spellcaster though, which is very annoying. Dark Magekan. Okay. Add Rod. That is very, very annoying. It's fine, they're just going to activate Magician's Souls first. Also, 60 card Dark Magician, by the way. They found room for a Primite engine. I think that's probably a GG's. I think there is one thing we might be able to do here. No, there's nothing we can do here. I was thinking we can Kaiju the Dark Magician and then steal it with Ice Dragons, but that's not gonna happen because bloody Drill Beam is live and they're just gonna Drill Beam the Dream Devourer and then we're just lost. Oh yeah, and the Eternal Soul, yep. Cool. Cool. See if we can pull Utopia double from a pack, then we'll actually have like an option to just go second. We play just a whole bunch of level 4 extenders and we choose to just go second, and we might be able to steal wins quick and easy that way. Nothing to summon is kind of sad for Tyrant's Tamiake, since this is probably Blue Eyes. Just looking at the cosmetics, this is almost certainly Blue Eyes, which means Tyrant's Tantrum would be so good here. It's not going to matter though because they're playing 51 cards, which means they're going to draw Feather Duster, right? Sort of unwritten rule. Heroes. Not much I can do about that. I mean, we have Raigeki Break for the increase. And Network Trap Hole for the Mali. So maybe? And sometimes if you interrupt a player, they just think that the game is over. Okay, increase tribute. Discard the Kaiju, pop this. Mali effect. Okay. Summoning Mali from deck. And then we network this to choke them out of Mali. Maybe? Ah, the evil hero stuff. Cool. Nice and easy. I know this deck is able to produce hands that are able to win against some opponents. We just need the right combination of that. Okay. Summoning Curse. It's only for special summons. Oh yeah, I was planning to special summon, that's why I activated Summoning Curse. To be fair, they probably think I'm playing like some dog shit like Cimoooooooo. Bonk. Cool. Pay the 5. This is a weird one. This is a very weird one. Because they all add cards, but then they're also going to be banishing those cards. There's a very good chance that that this is lost. I kind of want them to special summon more. That's a special summon. Okay. Okay, and then last but not least, let's get that last card out of their hand. The question is whether they have an impactful Synchro 12 that they can make. Summoning Curse, get that last card out of there. And from here they have to play without a hand, basically, which means that there are cards I can draw. Like Blackluster Soldier. Okay, no, Chaos Angel is just... And it's light and dark. It's unaffected by monster effects. Oh. Thank you. this is over. My top deck would need to out a Chaos Angel plus whatever they add there. So what they add there makes like the fusion, which means I'd need an out for that as well. I mean, there was an argument to hold the Raigeki break, but I wanted them to banish the Lost Card in hand to put them on nothing. It's probably Malice, so the game is going to end as soon as I pass over to them, but sure. I just need one win. Seriously, just one. Okay, what's the catch? What's going on here? It's gonna be what? Welcome Labyrinth, maybe? It's like a normal summon the Mandragora and overlay. For what, Utopia? No, let's just run out Big Bungus. Puts on a little bit of pressure. Keyword there being a little bit. Set 2. I mean, it could be Dark Magicians with that being Eternal Soul. Seems unlikely. Everything about my opponent's setup suggests that they're playing Cyberse. So that could be like the Math Mech trap card, but then what the hell is the hand? It would have to be, what, 5 hand traps? Fusion deployment. Okie dokie. So it's branded. Let's see if they summon Cartesia or Albaz. Grand Gwig, it's going to be Cartesia. Okay, Cartesia is fine. Activator effect. You got nothing. I'm calling a bluff, you've got nothing. This is going to now resolve without an effect. Really? that helps, because actual monkey brain click button go burr means that the Sarna is going to resolve and the Magnamut's not. And then the Raigeki Rake's going to kill that, and they're going to be forced to fuse away their Saranir and Magnamut. Presumably into Mud Dragon? No, not Mud Dragon, Garura? Okay. Garura is not big enough to deal with anything in my field. The Barlord Furious. Oh wow, and then the chain way it's resolved, I'll probably be able... Oh, I can Torrential here, right? Yeah. Fuck me, dude. And he gets to get the Cartesia back as well. Yeah, chain the Barlord Furious Dragon. That's gonna do a lot. Okay, he gets the Cartesia back, which means I just need a big beat stick, and I need him to not draw any monsters for like the next 15 turns. Right, that's what it boils down to. That doesn't matter because you don't have a branded spell trap in grave right now. I'll take it. At this point, I'll take anything. At this point, I'll take anything. Play enough cards that they think you're playing a real deck, and then just hope that they see an open board state and think that it's over. At this point, I'll take anything. Okay. What dual level am I for the dual pass? 64. What would I miss? What would I gain? What would I miss? I would miss 35, 55, 75, 95, 115. Yeah, a whole bunch of gems. And all I'd be gaining are a wallpaper and a icon border. Yeah, I think I'll pass on the dual pass for now. Okay, let's open our legacy packs. Can we pull something good? Can we pull anything good? After the amount of effort I went through to earn these, I'm absolutely cracking these one by one. Can we pull anything meaningful? Legul. Trojan Blast. Whenever our opponent gives us monsters. Or takes our monsters, rather. It's a Malice card. Amazing. It has to be face up on the field to activate and resolve, and it counts the number of Malice Ascendants in grave. Negate a trap and return it to its original position. Like, that's almost playable. Third Big Koala. That place that's coming in hot as soon as we get those Primite cards. Come on. That, I think, is playable. Unaffected by activated effects of special summoned monsters if it is normal summoned. And if it is normal or special, target a beast, beast warrior, or winged beast in your grave. Add it to your hand, and this card loses 700 once per turn. During your end phase, you can make it gain 700. I could play this. I don't know if it's good enough Tribute summon by tributing one monster. I could definitely play this. Unaffected by effects of special summoned monsters. It might be just like super hard to out. It's like you tribute summon it comes out as 34 because you end your turn and it goes up to 34, and then it might just be very hard to deal with. Adding a Beast Warrior, Winged Beast might matter as well. I'll definitely think about Behemoth. Behemoth could be a good card. I do think it's a bit dubious though. Iron Chain Blaster. Send an Iron Chain. Okay, it's Rye Rider. Battles and opponents. It cannot attack. Okay. It's Spellbinding Circle on a monster. Okay. Piercing Moray. Tribute a fish, sea serpent, or aqua against 600, and if it attacks defense, it deals piercing. I'm familiar with the ballista enough to know that it's unplayable. Cybersaurus. It's pitch 2 to do 2000 damage. It's not worth. Strange, one-eyed monster that can fell an enemy with a single stab. Well, that depends how big its enemies are, I guess. Equip only to level 3 or lower water. If it destroys by battle, you can send a random card in your opponent's hand to the grave. I mean, it's hand rip, but it only works on level 3 or lower water monsters. Block attack and refusion. It's just reborn for a fusion. It's premature burial for fusion monsters. If we ever build a fusion-based deck, that could be good. Another Dekoichi. Lycanthrope. Again, Dekoichi is one of those cards where it's like, not a bad card, but I think it's too slow. End of Anubis. This could be worth playing. This could be worth playing, especially in the current format. Like, this hits Fiendsmith pretty hard. If you contribute summon at turn 1. And, like, I do have, like, a bunch of free special summon guys. So I could play, like, Monarchs, in air quotes. You know, budget Monarchs, where you don't play any Monarchs, you just play tribute guys. Maybe. Another 5. Okay, can we pull something good? I know there are good cards in this pack. Really Eternal Rest. Yep. Opticlops is just another beat stick. Tore apart. Cannot be used for synchro except for the synchro of warrior. If a synchro that uses cards when you attack upon can't activate traps. It's half of Armades. Not even half of Armades. Blade Bouncer. What we got? Clear World. You know, maybe. It's not the worst card ever. It's kind of a floodgate if you squint. Okay, come on. Give me something really good here. Give me something crazy. Ooh, whoa. No, that's a first. Double ultra rare. Okay, those are good cards, but you know, in a vacuum. Ref panel might be worth it. Just for like cards like triple tack. But it seems so corner. How often do they use effects that target players? Now, come on, give me something good. fake upgrade. That is horrifying. What on earth am I looking at? A merciless monster that tears opponents to shreds with razor-like claws. That is straight nightmare fuel. Like, what the hell? Decayed Commander. Need a zombie tiger for that one. So, yeah, that's, those are certainly packs that exist. I'm gonna have to look for all the tribute summonable guys to see if any are worth building around. Filter by 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So like there's 1, 2, no, this guy should probably be in the list. I mean, I could build around World Legacy, Guard Dragon, Mardark. Yeah, I think my best tribute guys, non-ironically, are the ones that you can summon without tributing. I mean, I could also just play, like, tribute summonable normal monsters and back them up with, like, the Tenyi. But yeah, this is doomed. We need some crazy pulls to get back into this. Man, this metagame is way too strong. Kind of crazy that my deck's made it to platinum before. But anyways, I suppose that's all for now. It's been 3 bloody hours, Jesus. Almost 4. I will catch you in the next one, I guess.